Joined by Annette of Canberra. Annette of Canberra, how are you this evening?
I'm really good, Steve.
Yep. And are you looking forward to this Marngrook Round?
Oh, I really am. It's a very exciting night and I'm thrilled to be here. Marngrook is so special.
Yeah, and what makes it special for you?
Well, the Swans played their first Marngrook game in 2002 and we've really laid the history down for this particular form of football, of recognising the wonderful history that our Indigenous Australians have with Aussie rules, starting of course with Marngrook, which was their way of playing with a ball back in their time, long before we arrived with Aussie rules. And I think Aussie rules has developed out of the Marngrook ball game, the Marngrook ball made of possum skin, and a typical and traditional game played by our Indigenous people a long way before it inspired the beginning, I think, of Aussie rules as we know today.
Yeah, and it rates as probably my favourite round of the season, the Marngrook Round. And I love celebrating our Indigenous players and the contribution they've made. So, thinking of the Sydney Swans, your favourite Indigenous players for the Sydney Swans?
Well, this is really hard because we've been very fortunate to have so many, but I think at the top of the list it has to sit Adam Goodes. And just over his shoulder very slightly I think we'd have Mickey O sitting there, Mickey O'Loughlin, followed of course by a large number of great Indigenous players from our past. Yeah,
I love Mickey O and I love Adam Goodes, of course, who's made a tremendous contribution. All right, so Swans versus Carlton on this Marngrook round. Your prediction for tonight?
I think the Swans should win, we can win, and I think we will. But there's no doubt it'll be a tough game. Carlton are going to try and prove something to us tonight and to themselves. But I think we can win it.
Yeah, and margin?
Well, I've tipped it at about 33. I'm hoping that I'm pessimistic and that it's bigger.
Well, I'm going for Gary Rowan ×2 +3 for a Swans margin of 35 points. I think it's going to be a cakewalk. I think Carlton are duds, and we're going to bring back in the 4 points here at Marngrook, here at the SCG.
Terrific. Terrific.